Good morning, good morning, good morning, Miss Scottish Deborah. I know I'm live a little like 30 minutes earlier than I normally do, but my son has to go for his sonogram today. Hey, Mr. DJ, and so the lady called me a while ago, and she said whenever he wakes up. So we're thinking around 10. So what I decided was that I would go live that 30 minutes early to still be able to do my normal live time. It's just I'm pushing it up a little bit. Hey, happy love. Um, but so that's why I decided to go like 30, just 30 minutes earlier than I normally would, and so that um, I can still have my conversation with y'all, still drink my coffee with y'all, and give him time to get up, get dressed, do all the things. Hey, Mr. MRH, Mr. DJ, I hope you're having a good morning. My happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And Miss Deb, I hope you're having the best morning. Um, but yeah, so we are thinking that it could be the gallbladder causing the enzymes to test a little abnormal. And but just to be safe and certain, I'm hoping we get Huggies, Mr. DJ. I had so much fun on Mr. MRE's last night. I love having great conversations. Grand Risings, Jug, Florida ex promoter, Grand Risings. I hope you having a good morning. Um, I love having good conversations with Mr. MRE. It's so much fun. Um, I love having great conversations in general. I love watching Mr. Rat Trap. I usually have to catch his lives early in the morning because I'm usually asleep, or I actually fall asleep watching his show. Hey, church lady girl, you finally made it, girl. How was the was the concert last night? Was it good? Was the baby's concert all good and stuff? Yeah, I like Mr. MRE a lot. I like when Mr. Grumpy and Mr. DJ do their show too. Mr. DJ, you need to do more shows. I'm just saying. I love hearing your opinion on things. Um, I think that you have a great presence. Mr. MRH needs to get back to doing some of his shows too. I'm just saying. I like just when we be in there having conversations, just talking. Just seeing how the day's gone. Ooh, I know you was one proud mama last night, patting yourself on the back. Said, them go my babies right there. I did that. I did that. Because I'm going to say something. Even though our kids are the one that deserve all the praise for their amazingness that they do, us parents and us mothers, we help them. So, we help raise them. So we do get, and fathers and mothers do need to pat themselves on the back when their kids do amazing things. Like, I did that there. I sure did. Yeah, that is true. I could call Mr. MRE, Mr. E. I could do that, but it's mall brats exposed. So it would just be exposed, Mr. Exposed. Oh my God! Yeah, don't tell Mr. MRE. Shh, don't tell him. But we're gonna call him Mr. E and see how he reacts. He gonna hit me upside the head. Don't tell nobody. Mr. Exposed. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. It'll be our inside joke, Mr. DJ. Every time I see your name, Mr. DJ, I start thinking about, for some reason, the pop song. Come, Mr. DJ, won't you turn the music up? I don't know. Hey, DJ. Okay, that's the song that runs through my head. Song, Mr. Song Day Replay. That's the song. That's the song that keeps running through my head. And there's a better song than that with about DJ in it, and it's by Lil Wayne, right? I think it's Lil Wayne, ain't it? Wait, there's a song. Yeah, I think it's Lil Wayne, if I'm not mistaken, about a DJ. I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Go DJ, go DJ. Yeah, that's the other one that runs through my mind. Yeah, see, thank you, Mr. D. Thank you, Mr. DJ. You know what I was talking about. There's too much music in my brain. Why did I just say bread? Y'all, I'm half asleep this morning. Look over me. There's too much music in my brain at one time. Hey, Miss W, love, you kissed that baby for me and hugged that baby. But for some reason, by the 504 boys. Boy, I love the 504 boys. Now, I found this one playlist that had all my favorite songs on it. I was like, me and that person must be long lost siblings or something. Because it's got all my music on it. I'm like, I like all these songs. Like every one of them. See, here's the crazy thing about me is I go from I love rap, I love R&B, I love rock, 80s hair bands, I love those, right? I love classic rock. I'm all about like I the only music I can't listen to, and there's some that I do, but not all of it. I love classical music. I love anything that has to do with choir, right? Because I'm a singer, so I love music in general. I love listening to Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Like, I go from one extreme to the next. The only thing I can't listen to that I would absolutely, some of it's not terrible, is sometimes Screamo, and certain heavy metal, but mostly Screamo, um, gives me really bad headaches. It's something about, and it's not every Screamo band, because some Screamo bands I can listen to and it doesn't do that. But for some reason, when I listen to certain Screamo bands, I get major headaches. I don't know if it's the tone of the scream or what's going on, right? And I love a good growl and scream from a good heavy metal person. But there's certain ones that no matter how much I love the music, um I can't listen to it because it gives me headaches. Um I love a person that can do the scream, church lady, because if you think about it, right, in retrospect, that is a art form, without destroying your voice, right? You have to be able to do a false scream and be able to not like hurt your vocal cords. And there's a way and a technique to do it. But I just I can't really, it gives me headaches. Every time I try, there's only very few who do a screamo-ish type thing that I can actually listen to. I love the oldies too. Now I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all want to know what one of my favorite like swinging '50s songs is, or maybe in the '40s or '30s. I forget. Y'all can correct me because I'm young as shit, so I may have the time frame off. But I love he was the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He played revelry. He was the boogie. I love that song. I love the song. He was the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. I don't know why, but I love that song. I do. I don't know what year frame that was from. I'd have to look it up, and I don't even remember the name of the song. I know that it was somewhere. You know, it was a girl group. It was three women. Um, he played revelry. He was the boogie woogie. It's I don't know. I just love that song. I haven't heard it in a minute. I'm about to go back and listen to it. Oh, I love the Doors, U2, the Allman Brothers. Anything from that time frame, Mr. MRH. Most of it's good. Yeah, the 30s and 40s. You know what I'm talking about, though. I don't know if y'all remember. I think it was during World War One or two. Let me see. I want to look it up. I gotta look it up, y'all. He was the company B. He played revelry. I think it's called Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy. It may just be called Bugle Boy. It's the Andrew sisters. That's who it is. I just found it. It was by the Andrew Scissors, and it is called the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B. And that song came out in. It is a jump blues song by the Andrew Sisters, inspired by the famous trumpet player from Chicago. And that song came out in 1941. I believe they said, yeah, and January the 2nd, 1941 is when it was recorded. I like that song. Yeah, they also played it in a bunch of movies back in the day. And when I was a little kid, I used to sit there and sing it. And there was a few movies that song was in, and I'd just be up there, and he played referee, and he was the boogie boogie bugle boy accompany me. I don't know why, but I did like that song. Um, I do like the blues. I love listening to blues. Now, one of my old school faves that my mom and daddy actually got to see play live is Percy Sledge. I love some Percy Sledge. I'm just saying. I do. I really love some. Hey, the Great White Phantom. Good morning. Um, I love some Percy Sledge. You know, originally when a man loves a woman was done uh, by what's his name? That white dude. Okay, hold on. Let me look it up. Cause well, it wasn't. He redid it, I believe. Cause I got to figure out who did it first and whatnot. Cause Percy Sledges is always the best one. I'm sorry. It was originally sang by Percy Sledge in the '60s, and then the other guy, and I like him, Michael Bolton. Bolton redid it. Now I like Michael Bolton. Don't get me wrong. He redid a lot of good music, but ain't nothing like Percy when he sings. When a man loves a woman, can't keep his mind on nothing else. He'll change the world for the good thing he's found. If she is bad, he can see it. She can do no wrong. Turn his back on his best friend if he puts her down. I love that song. I absolutely adore that song. Michael Bolton got one of them. He got a throbbing vein. It looks like it's gonna pop, but he can still sing. He can still sing. I love James Brown, The Temptation, The Four Tops. Now, they wasn't actually a band, but I love the movie The Four Heartbeats. That was based on other bands, but there wasn't actually a band called The Four Heartbeats. But I love that damn movie, though. It's a good movie. Yeah, he always had that vein that looked like it gonna pop. But I tell you what, Michael Bolton had a good voice. I love when a man loves a woman. That's one of my favorite songs. I actually have pictures of Percy Sledge down in Columbus, Mississippi. He was. I think it may have been West Point though. It was either West Point or Columbus. He was playing at a little hole in the wall. A little bar. And my mom and daddy went to see him live in person. Yeah, I got pictures in my picture books from a long time ago of Percy Sledge. His hair touched the top of the roof because they had like this draping going or something on, but he didn't let that stop the show. Percy still broke the house down. I'll tell you one of the songs that I absolutely love, and I didn't as a kid I loved this song and didn't realize that um, it was necessarily. I love Eric Clapton and didn't realize it was a really well, not terrible, but it's about a drug. But I absolutely loved the song when I was little and just loved singing it. If you wanna get down, down on the ground, cocaine. She's alright, she's alright, she's alright. cocaine. Do y'all know Eric Clapton refuses to sing that song in concert because he stopped doing drugs and obviously doesn't want to talk about it? That's one of his most requested songs. People absolutely adore the song. Even people who don't do drugs like the song. Like people who've never done drugs a day in their life just like that song because the song itself is actually, with the guitar solos and all that other stuff, is actually a really good song. I like Eric Clapton though because she look wonderful tonight. You look wonderful when I see the love light in your eyes. And I say, darling, you look wonderful tonight. I absolutely adore that song. If y'all had to pick one of your favorite songs, like that's your calming song, like a song that just you can listen to it, don't matter what it says, it's just a song that just makes you feel good. It makes you feel, like chill, right? Now, I got songs I listen to if I want to knock somebody out. You know what I'm saying? I listen to some either some rock ballads that be ready to fight, or I'll be listening to we some head busters. I'll be ready to knock somebody out with that one. I'll slap a hoe down. I'm a part of the slap a hoe tribe. But if you had a song that just like is it just fits your mood most of the time and just makes you go, I love this song. It's called Silly by who? I don't. Is it new? Cause I don't listen to new stuff. Y'all know I don't listen to new stuff. Now y'all know that. I don't know anything in the 2000s. Well, past anything past 2010 or 20. And the only reason I know some of them other songs because they made it so famous. I heard them everywhere. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Lil Jon songs, but they make me want to fight sometimes. Lil Jon and for some reason the Yin Yang Twins and what was that other? There was another one that always made me want to fight. I forget what the name of that damn group was. It was a group. 3 6 Mafia. No. Actually, I gotta tell y'all something. One of my friends, okay, absolutely adored this song, and I can rap this song from memory because of her. Okay, it's slob on my knob, like corn on a cob. Check in with me and do your job. Juicy is my name. Sex is my game. Yeah, lay on the bed and give me head. Yeah, my friend loved that song, so because of her rapping it all the time, I kind of memorized part of it. If that makes sense. Don't have to ask. Don't have to beg. Yeah, uh huh. Yeah, I know that song entirely too well. For some reason. I don't know why. Hey, Miss Tracy, good morning. She got that song stuck in my head when I was little or younger. I was in high school. That was her favorite song, and so because she rapped it all the time, guess who memorized it? Me. She'd just be running around rapping it all the time. And guess whose mind decided it was worth it all to keep in your brain? Me. Now I love boom 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 boom. Tell me what you gonna do when there ain't nowhere to hide. Tell me what you gonna do when judgment comes for you, and it's gonna come for you. In our body, and he's an Uncle Wally, and a little boo, but God's got him, and I'm gonna miss everybody. I don't roll with both my gang, living in the way we play. I love Meet Me at the Crossroads, Crossroads. I don't know why Crossroads is my stuff. It is my jam. I'm gonna tell you something. Crossroads just get me right. I love that song. I can't sing like Bone Thug and Harmony, and I will never be able to sound like Bone Thug and Harmony, but I love that song. I don't know. Every time I hear that, when it comes on there and you start hearing the music and you hear boom, 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 boom. Tell me what you gonna do. Tell me that don't hit you every time. Every time you just hit the very beginning of the song, and then you start hearing easy, but my guy's got it. And I'm gonna miss everybody, and I'm gonna miss everybody when I'm gone. I love that song. I just love that song. That song right there, man. And if you watch the video to that song, whoo, and do you know that there's two versions of that song? Did y'all know that? There's a version of that song before Easy E passed away. And there's a second version after Easy E passed away. They redid Crossroads. And that's why there's two different versions of it. There's one called The Crossroads, DA, and there's one called The Crossroads. There's a reason why. There's literally two different versions of that song. I heard the remake of it better, and I love the video that they did with it. And that was basically a remembrance song for them for Easy E. Now, you know, when it comes to one of my favorite songs came from the movie Soul Food, but I also love the men who sing this song. Boys to Men is one of my favorite groups. I just there's quite a few songs by them that I absolutely adore. That was a part of my childhood. My mama listened to them all the time, so I absolutely adore them. I absolutely love um, Mama, you know I love you. Ooh, you know I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars. Mama, I just want you to know. Loving you's like food to my soul. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I love that song. I love the movie Soul Food. I cry every time the grandmama passed away. Okay, because I had a big mama too. And rest in peace to all big mamas out there who gave us all the good food, who gave us all the teachings that we needed to learn, even if you wasn't our blood, Big Mama. But you took us in your heart as your grandbabies. We love you, Big Mama. Just saying. Um, I absolutely loved the baritone's voice when he sang. Do y'all know that he had a problem with his? One of the reasons that Boyz II Men stopped making music, a lot of people don't know this, and they went on without him, but it never sounded the same to everybody. Was the dude that sings their baritone had a problem with his vocals, had a problem with his throat, and he had to. I think he had a stroke or something like that. Had to learn to re-talk again and everything, child. And so he couldn't sing no more. And obviously that sucked because his voice was so beautiful. And but that's why, yeah, the tall, skinny one was named Sean, and he was the one that did ooh. You know what I'm saying? But that baritone, I'm so sad when he couldn't sing no more, cause that voice was just the way he just talked to you like this, and you just be listening like ooh. He had that deep voice. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite songs we actually dedicated to a girl that was like my aunt when I was little was "To the End of the Road." Um, I don't really. I have to go look back at the story, Church Lady. But there's actually a whole story of what happened to him. He got something happened to him, and it fessed with his. He wasn't able to stand anymore on stage and do a lot of things, and then his vocals started going, and he just health conditions kept him from being able to finish out his career, which really sucks. Um, but I have to go look back exactly all that happened because there's actually they actually have the full story online. You know the guy in Boys to Men who had the baritone voice. Let's see, Boys to Men singer, uh, baritone. singer not able to sing. I'm gonna see. That way I could look it up for y'all and tell y'all, cause there was something that happened to him, and I forgot his name. Forgot his name for the life of me, and I don't know why. Um, but something happened with health reasons of why he actually quit Boys to Men. They didn't actually break up or none of that. Um, what was his name? Let me look him up. It was premised of Nathan Morris. Nathan's not the one though that had the problem. I might have been thinking of the tenor, Wayna Morris and Sean Stockton. Where's the other member now, y'all? Oh, okay. The bass singer, Michael Sean McNary. Yeah, it was Michael. Um, he, due to health reasons, after being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, he had MS. That's what it was. Um, he had um, he had MS, and it affected his vocals and all that other stuff. So he didn't disclose his health challenges, and the group dropped him. Yeah, that still sucks though. He has a beautiful voice. Beautiful. Yeah, it says McNary kept his condition from the other band members and did not make it public until 2016. On an interview with Oprah, band member Wayne Morris stated there was a rift in the group caused by McNary's lack of motivation. Morris accused McNary of not showing up to work altogether and that the group eventually had to carry on without him. McNary said that he felt betrayed by his brothers and that he no longer talks to them. He reunited with his former Boys to Men mates in August 30th to a 2024 show and hinted a reunion might be in the works. Later, he was shown in a pilot for a talk show with Paula Poundstone called A Pound of Paula, which wasn't picked up. After a few years of retirement from performing, he returned to touring in 2007. Yeah, he had MS. Yeah, I like Genuine. Mac, there was a now Keith Sweat. Woo wee, Keith Sweat could sing. I don't care. I just love his voice. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember which one was my favorite song by him. Oh yeah, it was New Edition. That's why I was trying to remember the name. Oh, some Drew Hill. I love when they came together to do that. Mm-hmm. Yes, he can. I like him. Don't be making fun of him. I may be thinking about somebody else right now, though, too. I may be thinking about Tank or somebody. Don't. You know what I'm saying? I do get people mixed up sometimes. And I loved when Jodeci came together also, which was Casey and JoJo with Devontae Swing and Mr. Dalvin. I love Casey and JoJo. Now, Casey and JoJo was my stuff. They was my stuff. But I remember when Drew Hill came together. I thought they did really well with that. I'm trying to remember what my favorite Drew Hill song was though. Actually, believe it or not, yeah. Oh, there. Where's it at? Yeah, we're not making love no more. Do 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 do. I love that song. I love that song by Drew Hill. And then my song by who was that other person I was thinking of a while ago? Trying to remember the name. Trying to remember the name. Um, Casey and JoJo. Man, there's a lot of them. But I never promised to fall in love with a stranger. You're all I'm thinking of. I praise the Lord above. I really love I pray for someone like you. And I thank God that I finally found you. I love it. Tank gonna make you sin. Ooh, child. Make you forget you know who Jesus is. Church lady says she gonna forget her religion. Her religion, y'all. I love Casey and JoJo. I'm just gonna say they were. There ain't I can't remember a song by them I don't like. But I really got into them. Probably later in their career, but I absolutely loved them together. Um, Crazy, 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 just thinking about you lately. I'm going crazy. Those are my two favorite songs by them. Yeah, I'm going crazy, 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 crazy. When I can't see you. I was a fan. I loved All My Life and I loved Crazy. Those were my two favorites by them. Of course, I had a lot of different bands. My first song on the piano that I ever learned to play, Church Lady, was Lean on Me. Dun 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 dun. Lean on Me was the very first song I ever learned to play on piano. Sometimes in our lives, we all have faith, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we all that there's always tomorrow. So just lean on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. I love that song because that's actually the first song I ever. That's the only song I know how to play on a piano, Church Lady. My mom taught me it when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. So that is the first and only song I know how to play on a piano. That's actually a really easy song to learn on the piano. Um, the only part that gets you is you have to learn the black keys on the piano, and you have to do there's a specific chord pattern for that part. But if you learn the first chord pattern for the dun 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 dun, it's real simple. And then learning the part with the other part, it just changing up, but it's very similar too. So once you learn those two different chord patterns, the first one and the second one, you can play that whole song. It's actually to me one of the easiest songs um, to literally ever do. You do the white ones first, and you go the dun 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 dun, and then you switch to the other chords, and you have to do one of the white chords in between, I think, if I'm not mistaken, on those, and you use the blacker chords, the little bitty buttons, and you go do, for the lean on me part. You know what I'm saying? So you have to do one part, then the other part. But if you learn both parts, you can play the entire song, and it's really not that hard. I forget what damn the ivory versus the other keys are called. I don't even fucking remember, y'all. I don't know. I played the piano one time. But here's the crazy part, church lady. A lot of people in my family can play by ear. We play my my family, a lot of my family are very musically inclined. You know I'm crazy, Mr. JB. Um, but um, y'all know that like with guitar, banjo, any kind of string instrument, or like any kind of thing, like my family could play anything by ear. It was freaking amazing. Yeah, I don't even know what them damn keys are called. To tell you the goddamn honest truth. Don't be asking me that shit. I don't know, Mr. But I know the sound of it. It's dun 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 dun. And then I remember do 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 do. That's all I know. I know the melody, dog. I know the melody. I don't know. I don't know what major it's in, what minor it's in. I don't know none of that shit. I know how to play by ear, so I couldn't even tell you. I could show you on the keyboard, but I can't tell you what the name of the keys was. I can't tell you what major or minor it was in. All I can tell you is I can show you. That's all I know. So y'all just corrected me. It's C major. Okay, okay. See, I don't even be knowing. I just know how to play it cause yeah. You just googled it. I don't be knowing none of that. I just know how to do it. It's like that thing of like if somebody teaches you how to do something, you know how to do it. You may not be able to explain it to other people. That was like one of the only songs I could ever play on a piano. I do have an electric guitar. I'm gonna tell you something. I was learning to play the acoustic. Here is the problem that I have with the acoustic guitar. I have baby hands. Okay, my hands are very small, right? And I don't know if you've ever held an acoustic guitar in your hand, but the fret on an acoustic guitar is actually pretty big. And the way that you have to bend your fingers to make the notes, my hands are really, really small, and it's really hard for me to do it because of how small my hands are. So I can't play like a acoustic guitar like normal people can because my hands are so small, right? My hands are they barely wrap around the the fret on the acoustic. So I've always said I was going to teach myself how to play electric because the electric guitar the frets are smaller. You know what I'm saying? And it fits my hand better. Just like I understand now why a lot of women play a bass guitar because you know what I'm saying? That like I have really small hands, church lady, like really small. And so that's why I do understand now why some women play the bass guitar. Why it's easier. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a keyboard at this moment. I do have an electric and an acoustic. Um, and the problem I have with the acoustic is that my hands are so small. That's why I want to learn how to play the electric, just because um, the frets are smaller. I was always thinking about also learning how to play like more so the banjo because it's smaller too, or the mandolin. The mandolin is actually really small, so there's a possibility that I could be able to play it better. But my one of my cousins, really good singer, and a lot of them are, um, knew how to play the acoustic, knew every chord, and was teaching me before he passed away. He passed away, and so I was learning the acoustic. He was teaching me the chords, and my hands. I always had trouble with bending my hands into the correct um, things because of my hands being so small. Um, I will say the acoustic is harder for people with small hands. I will say once you learn, Mr. JB, there's like specific chords. Once you learn those three, I think it's C, E, and G, I believe. I could be wrong. Once you learn the first three, you can pretty much play any song. And if you teach yourself the hardest song to play on guitar, which is Stairway to Heaven, if I'm not mistaken, it's Stairway to Heaven, or it may be the Eagles. On a dark Hotel California. Once you teach yourself those, it's actually really easy to play any other song because they're some of the hardest songs to play. Um, I think it was Hotel California. Yeah. Now, or maybe Stairway to Heaven. But they say once you learn those two songs, like you can play any song because you memorize it, the chords after that. Um, because it absolutely has every single chord within the song. So once you learn some of the hardest songs, it's easier then to play any other song or something like that, or because of repetition or something. I don't know what it is, but that's what I got told. I love Hotel California. Actually, that's a really good song. The Eagles was actually a really good band. They had a lot of great music, a great catalog too. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, one smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. I love that song and I know it by heart. That one, and I do love Stairway to Heaven. I do. I'm climbing the stairway to heaven. Do 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 do. Yeah, I'm gonna say this, Mr. JB. You know, with ADHD, it's like that. Like, we will jump around from things sometimes, but when you find your one thing that you see, church lady piano might have been the one thing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like that might have been your one thing, and that's why for you it was not hard to learn the piano. But for Mr. JB, it might have not have been his thing at that time, and so it was harder for him. Once you find that one thing that's your thing, it's a lot easier because you can hyper focus if you really enjoy it. That's the thing about ADHD. Either it can be your best friend or your worst enemy at the same time. If it's something you super enjoy and you are not getting bored of it and somebody teaches you properly, right? And so maybe with you being in church, church lady, and going to, the lessons, maybe you had a good teacher that made you actually enjoy the piano. And so because you enjoyed it, you actually absolutely hyper focused on it. You get what I'm saying? Versus somebody who may not have had that same encouragement. For them, the piano may have seemed boring. That's what I'm saying. It was too easy and it wasn't interactive, and for you, so it made you feel. That's why you threw it, like put it down, because it wasn't like making you hyper focus. Everything else was more, like if a squirrel ran through, you wouldn't have been paying attention to whatever was going on the keyboard. But for Miss Church Lady, it's like her therapy. Yes, Stairway Miss W is one of my favorite songs. I love Stairway to Heaven. Um, it's absolutely an amazing song. There's a lot of good songs out there though that have like really great meaning. Um, Here's my question: if you had to pick a song that would be the theme song for your life, what would it be? And I can tell y'all, there's two of them for me. Uh, One of them, I've never really lied, but it's just the song itself speaks to my soul and always has. And I'm taking church songs off for myself off this list. It would be, if you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. No, you won't. All the things that we've been through, you should understand me like I understand you. Now, girl, I know the difference between right and wrong. I ain't gonna do nothing to break up our happy home. I love that song. That's one for me. And the second one is I never meant to be so cold. I'm sorry about all the lies. Maybe in a different life. We almost gone again. I am the antidote that gets you by. Something strong like a drug that gets you high. What I really meant to say is I'm sorry for the way I am. I never meant to be so cold. I never meant to be so cold. 'Cause sometimes I can be one of the coldest persons you've ever met in your life or the most warm, loving person you've ever met in your life. There are some times that I am cold as shit, and If You Don't Know Me By Now is one of my favorites because for me, a lot of people know me, but they don't know me, if that makes sense. Like, it's hard for me to let down those walls fully because I've been hurt so many times by people that claim they care. So I don't fully let them down. And when I do let them down, that means I really care about you. When I let you know everything, when I let you behind those walls, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know, I'm like an onion. I'm gonna be like Shrek said. You know, donkeys are or ogres are like onions. We got layers. I will also say I do love Carry On My Wayward Son, and I love, we were talking about that the other day, Church Lady, the part that they did for the 2000th episode of Supernatural. Carry on my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest, don't you cry no more. Carry on. Yeah, I love that one. I do love that one. There's a lot of songs that speak to my heart, and depending on what it feels like, but I'm talking about like my go to always song is If You Don't Know Me By Now. And originally it was by Melvin and the Blue Notes, if I'm not wrong. And then Simply Red did it, and then that song's been covered so many times. If I'm not mistaken, it was Melvin and the Blue Notes, if I'm not mistaken. If you don't know me by now, you never know. Let me make sure. I'm looking it up right quick. Um, which I know Patti LaBelle did it too, but the first people to do it, I think, was Melvin and the Harold and the Blue Notes. But it says Melvin at the end, and I don't know why. But that I remember the original singers of it. I remember the band who did it. It's Harold, Melvin, and the Blue Notes. So that's why I say Melvin and the Blue Notes. That's why I just break it down to that and leave out the Harold part. I don't know why. Then Simply Red did it. Then, if I'm not mistaken, after that, Teddy Pendergrass did a version of it. Of course, I love me some Teddy Pendergrass, but you know. Simply Red actually did a really good version of that, and I did not know that dude was a white dude. I'm just saying, when I heard that dude sing it for the first time, I didn't know he looked like Beethoven or some shit with his hair all over his damn head, and he looked, like a crazy white dude. I didn't know that shit as a kid. I couldn't see him. You know what I'm saying? All I heard was the music. I didn't even know. Like, I didn't even know it. Have y'all ever seen what Simply Red looks like? That shit'll trip you out, bruh. Hey, Maddie Marinara. Good morning, good morning. But have y'all ever seen what Simply Red look like? You call him Teddy Pendergrass. Why you call him that? Now that's another song, Hood, that I love to sing. Is Behind Blue Eyes by Limp Bizkit. I like that song. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. See, I know all kind of music. Y'all see this stuff jumping around here, but have y'all ever seen what? If you ever heard Simply Red, and I looked at him, heard him. No, it ain't Simply Red's version that I like the best. I was lying. I was lying, y'all. I just listened to it. Mm-mm. That ain't who it is. I can tell you by the voice. Let me go over here and listen to Mr. Melvin's. It may be the OG. It may be the OG that I love the most. Cause see, I remember the man's voice when I was a kid. I memorized this song when I was about 5 years old. That's why I couldn't remember who. When I was for the longest, it took me a while to figure out who did it. Oh yes, the OG. Mhm. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. It was the OG. Cause when I heard that voice come out, I knew who it was. Cause I literally listened to that song when I was like 5, 6 years old or younger. Oh Lord, sweet baby Jesus. Don't do my Luther Vandross like that, my Teddy Pendergrass. Don't mess up my childhood, church lady. Don't mess up my childhood like that. Don't do it to me. I gotta listen to the Teddy Pendergrass version too. I gotta hear it. I know, but I don't want to think about their personal life. I just want to hear the music. I used to love some Teddy Pendergrass when I was little, though. You had a moment of weakness. What happened? I love Teddy Pendergrass when I was little, and I love Luther Vandross. I did, and I still do, and I don't care. And if they was playing grab ass, I will. I don't care. I love their music. That's all that matters. And also, I'm pro LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? So it don't bother me. But I am. I've always loved my Luther. Y'all can't tell me nothing about Luther Vandross. Don't y'all do my Luther like that? Okay. Um, I absolutely my favorite song by like there's a lot of good songs he did. You know what I'm saying? But my favorite, A House Is Not a Home, is a great one. I love that one. But obviously, when he came out with Dance with My Father again, oh Lord, that one, you know what I'm saying? That one right there hit my heart. That one hit my heart. It really did. Oh, Prince. Now Prince has always been my jam. I don't care. I My favorite song by Prince is When Doves Cry. It will always be When Doves Cry. That's my shit. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love me some Prince, damn it. I cried when he passed too. Dog, that broke my heart. Oh, I also do love "I Will Die for You" in Purple Rain. Obviously, I mean, tell me a Prince song you don't like, even when he was in his eclectic stage. Like even when he was in his the artist formerly known as Prince. Tell me when he went by the symbol, just the symbol. Tell me that you can't find a song that you don't love by Prince. I'm just saying. That man was a genius when it comes to music, musical arrangement. He could play any instrument and do it well, might I add. Extremely brilliant, and he was one of the only men that could wear full blown lipstick, earrings, and high heel shoes and still take your woman. He would take all the bitches. Oh, I love Sheila E. now, church lady. I do like me some Sheila E. You tell me though that Prince wasn't a bad mamma jamma, and I'm gonna tell you, you a lie. You a lie, Oya. He could straight up be an assless chaps, and all the women was still loving Prince. Hey, watch your crazy love. I mean, Prince could be over here with a full blaze of makeup. He could have earrings in, pumps. He could have assless chaps on with a motherfucking blouse. Straight up having, the big high heel boots on, and still take everybody's man and woman in the damn chat. He didn't give a damn. Prince was the shit. I love Prince. I'm sorry. And y'all know they always in that movie, Purple Rain. A lot of that is not true. In fact, him and the guy that was in the opposing bands were actually friends. And there was a girl that he was, and the part about his mom and dad are not exactly true either. His dad did not unalive himself like the movie. Um, he loosely based Rain about his life, but it was not. It was dramatization for TV. His dad didn't pass away until he was very older. It is true that his mom and dad were divorced, and they did have a rocky marriage. That is true. But a lot of the stuff from that movie people thought was completely based on his life, and it wasn't. Yeah, Morris Day and him were cousins and shit. They were friends, so they came up with a good premise for a movie. You know, but a lot of people took that movie as his real life. Hey, Hotspot Love, you at Whataburger right now? But yeah, the movie, a lot of people took it as that's a complete, historical movie. No, they dramatized it and all this other shit for TV. You know what I'm saying? Some of it was he did put some of his real life stuff in it, but not a lot. Um, you know, him and Morris Day were actually cousins, actually cool. So that back and forth never happened. He did, however, have those ladies in his band, and he did sign a lot of people to music deals. He did, however, have a girlfriend that was, a part of a girl group. Um, his mom and dad did fight, but his dad didn't unalive himself or none of that stuff. His dad actually passed away when he was like in his 70s or 80s or something. Like he was really old when he passed away. Him and his dad, had a relationship. You can actually look that stuff up though. I have never been to a Whataburger church lady because we don't have them. We don't have them. We don't have them here. Okay, so I want to try a Whataburger because I ain't never tried one before. Purple rain, purple rain. I never wanted to be your midnight love. I only want to be some kind of friend. Purple rain, purple rain. Only want to see you in the purple rain. I absolutely love, 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 love Prince. Y'all know why Prince stopped making music though, right? He was still making music in his like house and stuff like that. But the reason he stopped is because the record company, he was trying to get his rights for stuff, and he wasn't going to give them no more money. And that's also why he refused to make any music under his real name of Prince. Uh huh. Oh yeah, people. I mean, Prince's voice. I'm gonna say this for a vocalist. For a vocalist. Oh my God. He could change his tone up from deep to light. He could go from high to low. Do you know how hard that is for a singer? Like that's not the easiest thing. I gotta listen to it, y'all. I got to. So if I start singing Purple Rain, don't think nothing about it. I just gotta listen to the OG sing it. Y'all know I love Prince. Makes me all you in trouble. Meant to call. Sorry, y'all. I only wanted one time, see you laughing. Only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Oh, I love that song. I love that song, and also When Doves Cry. When Doves Cry, it holds a special place in my heart. I don't know why. Mm. Did y'all know that MJ not only owned his music rights, but he owned a lot of other people's music rights? I forgot who it was. Somebody pissed him off, and he bought all their damn catalog. Who was it? Do y'all remember when MJ? They said somebody was making fun of MJ, and he bought their entire catalog of music and owned it. So when their music was played, he literally got paid for it. I'm trying to remember who it was, but there was some. Oh, it was the Beatles. Hell yeah, he straight up bought their entire fucking musical library so he'd get paid off that shit. I was like, that's a gangster move right there. MJ's being petty. I was like, that's some petty ass shit, and I love it. Hell yeah, be petty, MJ. I was like, be petty, brother. Be. I would be petty too if I had that kind of money. If I was as rich as MJ, shit, I'd be petty too. I'd buy all they shit up and make money off of them. Make fun of me if you want to, but I'm gonna make money off your ass. Tell me that wasn't some petty awesome shit. MJ was like, fine, okay. You want to do that shit? Okay, I'm gonna buy your music line. That was some good shit. I love MJ for that. I'm sorry, but I like some petty shit. I like to be petty when I need to be. If I had the kind of money that MJ had before he passed away and some motherfuckers had pissed me off, that's what I would do. I would be petty as hell. I would buy, I'm going to say this. If I was real petty and I had the money and I would buy certain networks and own that shit and make money off their backs. Like, I would. I would so do that. And Prince was even pettier. That's true. And I love that shit. That's why I love me some Prince. Because he was even pettier. And I love some petty bullshit. when, you know, that's why Prince went to being the symbol. He just drew that little symbol. That's why he did it. He was being petty because he couldn't use the name Prince because the record label owned his name. And in order for him to still put out music, he ended up having to put out symbol. Then they got a deal. They redid a deal, and any music that Prince put out after a certain point, they would get money off of. So guess what the fuck he did? He stopped putting out any music because he didn't want them to get no money off of any residuals of anything that he fucking did. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I love the fact that Prince was petty, but I also hate the fact that he was petty in one way just because we didn't get no more music. You know what I'm saying? But I love the fact that he was petty. That's why he didn't put out no more albums or nothing like that. If I'm not mistaken, now I could be wrong, I need to look it up. I think Prince still toured, but didn't put out any CDs or any music or something like that because he was being petty. Because if he put out another CD, put out another album, if I'm not mistaken, the record company or whoever it was that owned rights would take the money or something. But I love me some Prince now. There ain't nobody like Prince. I'm just sorry. You can't never. There will never be another Prince on this earth, not like him. Grand Rises DB Nation. It's a kerfuffle. It really is. But yeah, there'll never be a Prince. And his name was Prince Rogers Nelson. And he was born June 7th, 1958. And he passed away April 21st, 2016. And I cried, and I still cry. Um, yeah, Prince didn't give a crap about nobody, what nobody said about him. He didn't give a damn. He just did his thing. Yeah, in 1983, in the midst of a contractual dispute with Warner Brothers, he changed his stage name to an unpronounceable symbol known to fans as the love symbol and was often referred to as the artist formerly known as Prince, or simply the artist. After moving to Arista Records in 1988, Prince reverted to his original name in 2000. Over the decades, 6 of his albums were into the U.S. top tens. In April 2016, at the age of 57, Prince died after accidentally overdosing on fentanyl at his Paisley Park home. I still don't say that ain't what happened, but anyway. Um, and recording studio in Chasten, Minnesota. He was I still say that I have a conspiracy that Prince didn't do it to himself. Yeah. Oh, and did y'all also know that his parents were members of the Seventh Day Adventist Church and an evangelical denomination? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm gonna keep praying for him, church lady. I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute, and not too long from now, and go do all my stuff and get ready, cause I am gonna be taking my son to his appointment and get his. Cause they said we could come in as soon as he wakes up. Thank goodness he don't have to wait all the way till this afternoon to get his sonogram on that liver situation, and hopefully we'll get the answers today or Monday on what's going on. Hopefully it's just something simple. You know what I'm saying? That's what we hope, and it's something real simple that can be dealt with and whatnot. But I will say, um, a lot of people like don't know the full story of Prince and should really look more into him. Like I love learning about musicians and their early lives and stuff and see how much of their personas are faked or real or different things. And a lot of people think that the movie Purple Rain is fully about his life. It's really not fully about his life. It's loosely based on situations. He said that himself. If you listen to interviews about the movie Purple Rain, yeah, he did write a lot of stuff in the movie, um, but it's loosely based on things, not true 100%, obviously. But I just want to tell y'all that I love y'all and I want to thank y'all for being here. I know I'm doing a shorter live than I normally do and all this other stuff, but I do have to start, getting ready and all this other stuff. Yeah, Mr. JB, my son had his, yearly checkup and his one of his blood tests came back that his liver enzymes were elevated. So right now we're going to be going through some hell dealing with this situation. But I've always been there for him, always have been there for him, always will be there for him. Good morning, Mr. Rubin. So we're going for the sonogram. I need to, see if he's awake, oriented, dressed, because he is he's a boy. And make sure that everything's going to go well with him and everything. So that's why I went live a little earlier than normal, and I'm not staying live too long today because I have to go do that. Yes, sir, Miss Rubin, and I'm going to tell you something. Ain't nothing like prayer, because if it wasn't for prayer, I wouldn't be here today, and neither would he. God knows all, sees all, and heals all. And, and Jesus, being covered in the blood of Jesus is one of the best things in the entire universe. If it wasn't for Jesus, I wouldn't be here, and neither would he, but we here, and we making it, and we're going to continue to make it, being blessed, highly favored, you know, and everything's in his hands. And I know that he wouldn't put more on me than what I could take. That's what he says. He's always walking beside us, and he doesn't put more on us than what we can take. His footprints are in the sand, right beside our own. And sometimes he carries us when the load is too much to bear. So I'm putting all my faith into God, and I am letting the doctors, do their jobs, and let the good Lord guide them. And we're going to figure out what's going on. When I find out what's going on, I will make sure to keep y'all updated. If he has to go for any surgeries, I'll keep y'all updated. If he has to do a biopsy, I'll keep y'all updated. And figure out what the hell's going on. I want to thank you all for being here. I am going to end early a little bit today so I can go get dressed, do things, make sure he's straight, and all that other stuff. And I just want to send love to every single one of you, and know that no matter what you're going through, to keep your head up, keep smiling, and that it only lasts for a little while. This too shall pass. I love you all, my angels. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you to all my cloud watchers, my bush watchers, my replay gang. Huggies, beautiful papers. Thank you for everything. Bye.
I'm from the TUBELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the TUBELO. I'm reppin' my hood till the day that I go. From the TUBELO. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the TUBELO. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street, bending every corner on the west, and that's where I'll be. Sunroof back, checking seat banging down 1800, chunking up the deuce to my post slanging down on 1800. Show no love to the ladies that's training round on 1800, making time stand still. Crystalline swinging down on 1800. Watching out for them knuckleheads that be stinking round on 1800. Big rims and low pros be blanging round on 1800. Better completely change the way you're thinking about round 1800. Really hate to see you boys get left slanking round 1800. Out of street got some history, just let Captain C lay it out. If I don't finish it all on this one, let the second verse break it out. Remember the blue were promising OG standing back there by 60 deep. Bull walking, Charles Blue, a big Anthony using P.
I'm from the TUBELO. I'm ripping my